What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back. We are predicting the NFL with Mickey G. This is week 10 now. That's right, folks. We're over halfway through the season, and if you can't tell, I'm not completely tired this time, so it might be a little longer. But we don't want to just make it longer on purpose, so we're gonna get right into recapping week 9. Here we go. I went 9-5 again. This might be 3 weeks in a row that I've gone 9-5. 77-56 now. Overall, I got the game of the week correct. Got the crap fest correct as well. And the upset, of course, I was incorrect. Still only one of those correct on the season. In the way too early predictions, though, 7-7. A little bit off there, closing the gap between the two. Now 82 and 51. So that is that, and it's time for predictions. Boom, baby. We got our first game of the week. The game of the week, Thursday night game, we have the Colts at the Titans. Now, this is a divisional matchup, and here's the thing. The Colts defense has been killing it recently. Offense, not the best, right? Philip Rivers, doing all right, but not really the high tier that they were hoping for there in Indianapolis. Titans, they've done pretty well this season. However, they've had some struggles on their own as well. They lost to the Bengals somehow, which we're still confused by. Also lost to the Steelers. So let's see here. It's another good team that they're playing. I'm expecting them to bounce back. This is the first of two divisional games here. I'm probably going to end up picking these in a split. I'm picking the Titans here. Expect me to be different. And 2 weeks is when they play again. Next, we have the Texans at the Browns. The Texans have only been able to beat one team this season, and that is the Jaguars. They're not that... they're bad. Browns, on the other hand, they've been able to beat bad teams for the most part. Good teams, they struggle again, but that's, it's the Browns. We expect that. But I'm going to be going with the Browns here because they're playing a bad team, and I think they'll be able to do it. Next is the Bengals at the Steelers. Now, the Bengals, they made a serious and grave error this week on Twitter. Yeah, they decided to post a video, GIF, whatever, of one of their players using the terrible towel to shine his shoes. Now, I don't know if you know this, but every time someone disrespects the terrible towel, usually it does not go well for them or their team. There's no way they're beating the Steelers this week. Steelers are winning, and I'd expect absolute demolishing. Next, we have the Chargers at the Dolphins. The Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa has been killing it, especially last game. The first one wasn't his best. This game recently against the Cardinals did great in. Okay, got himself second victory, undefeated as starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. I am expecting that to continue. The Chargers have been unable to win games. They've been unable to close out games in a terrifying loss last week against the Raiders, where they thought they'd done it. They thought they'd finally won in the last seconds, but instead the call was overturned and the Raiders won. I can't see them changing this, and Tua is on a roll right now. I'm expecting the Dolphins in this one. Next, we have the Broncos at the Raiders. Now, I picked the Broncos last week. I thought the Falcons were going to choke as they normally do, but they had different plans. So now they're playing the Raiders, who won last week. I'm going to pick them again. The Raiders are doing well here. I feel like they have playoff hopes and dreams. They want those. They got to beat teams like the Broncos if they want to do that. They're going to go out there. They're going to get it done. Next, we have the Ravens at the Patriots. Now, first half scare for the Ravens had them losing to the Colts, which I picked, until they changed it around the second half and made me wrong. The Patriots, though, they did the opposite. Well, no, they did the same, actually. They had a first half scare against the Jets somehow. Then they realized, hey, this is the Jets. And they just changed that up. Cam Newton played well again, but I don't think it matters here. The Ravens are the better team. This is actually a matchup of two running quarterbacks, so expect some fun action there. At least one highlight, I think, that'll be all over social media for the rest of the week. But anyways, going with the Ravens here. They're the better team. They should be able to win. Next, we have in the AFC, NFC games, the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Green Bay Packers. Well, the Packers may have been slumped a little bit, and then they go back and forth and back and forth, back and forth. Right? Confusing. Jaguars, they do something different. They go, and they're going to continue that. The Packers getting this one. Next is the Bills at the Cardinals. Cardinals took an L last week, and the Bills got themselves a big victory over the Seahawks. I think that continues here. He's been the more consistent of the two, I feel like, between him and Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's inconsistency rides with the interceptions, same as Russell Wilson, actually. I'm going to go with the Bills here. I think the defense is better, and that is the main source of victory, I think, in this one. Next is our crap fest of the week. We're into the NFC now, baby. We've got the Eagles at the Giants. Now, this is the crap fest division. They're all bad here. None of them deserve to make the playoffs, but that's not how we do things here, right? We have to have one of them get it. And I think that's the Eagles. The Giants were able to get another victory last week. However, it was against the Redskins, which are really the only team that Daniel Jones can defeat. So seeing that this is not the Redskins, the Eagles are getting this one. Next is the Washington football team Redskins at the Detroit Lions. Now, this was almost a crap fest, and then I realized, wait, it's to the same team, to the same division. I gotta go with that one being it. Redskins, they lost last week, but Alex Smith looks like he will be the starter this week, which adds some interesting little things in there. However, not the best performance, having multiple interceptions. I think 3, if I'm correct, which probably cost them the game. So if he's going to be doing that, I do not see a victory likely. However, the Lions' secondary is not their strong suit. I feel like Matthew Stafford will and should be able to defeat a struggling Redskins team. So I'm going with the Lions in this one, but I feel like it could go either way. Next is the Buccaneers at the Panthers. The Buccaneers, they got steamrolled last week. It was beautiful, incredible. I loved it. I was a big fan. There's nothing quite like it that I love so much. The Panthers, on the other hand, they kept it close with the Chiefs. Christian McCaffrey came back, and now he's gone again. An injury has resurfaced, and I believe he might miss the rest of the season because of it. I mean, at this point, just don't guarantee on him. However, that hasn't really stopped him in the past, especially from playing well. But I expect the Buccaneers to have a bounce-back game after the complete destruction that was handed to them last week. And next we have the Seahawks at the Rams. I always say this. I always say there's no way Russell has 2 bad games in a row. I don't know, okay? But here's the thing. I'm not going to be picking against the Seahawks. I think they're too good. And when you look at the quarterback strictly, Russell Wilson or Jared Goff, you got to go with Russ here. The defense, that's been struggling. Jamal Adams, that was back. He needs to get better in coverage. All right, blitzing, boom, he kills it. But coverage, I saw a couple clips that did not look too good for the man. But anyways, I'm still going with the Seahawks here. In this one, they're the better team, and they should get the victory. Next, we have the 49ers at the Saints. The Saints are riding high after a big victory last week against the Buccaneers, and I think they're going to keep going. Michael Thomas is back, baby, and he's catching slants, dang it. The Saints, they do well when they got Michael Thomas catching slants. I think they're going to win. And finally, we have our upset of the week, the Minnesota Vikings at the Chicago Bears. The only reason this is an upset, because I feel like at this point, they seem pretty even, is the Bears still do, in fact, have a better record. However, this could change soon, considering the Vikings are on the upswing. Kirk Cousins is playing better. Dalvin Cook is completely unstoppable. I mean, the man's an animal. He scored a touchdown in every game. He's like leading the league in rushing yards. He's had 200 yards of all-purpose. It might even just be rushing the past 2 games each. So that's pretty freaking solid, right? Hard to beat them when they're in that fast lane. You feel me? Vikings getting this one. And that's it. That is the predictions for this week. Thank you for stopping by. Make sure you smash like, subscribe to all your friends. Please, please, I'm begging you. Subscribe. And as always,